So do you have a writing ritual?
I write at this place called the Brooklyn Writer Space.
Okay.
And so it's like 24 desks in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you always want to avoid having a real job and going to an office.
Right.
That was my dream of, becoming an author.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm paying to go to an office. So I pay $100 a month, go to this place.
Okay.
But it makes you feel like you're going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put in a full day of work like anybody else. And there's a competitive thing because you see other writers working.
Right.
And you're like, I can't let them outwork me. So you gotta do your work,
Okay.
I've been doing that for like 8 years.
Excellent. Who or what inspires you to write? Where do you get your inspiration?
I think my biggest inspiration is people I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
I played basketball in college. The guys that I played basketball with.
Mm-hmm.
I just love writing about real people.
Mm-hmm.
I love writing about people who are growing up in working class neighborhoods
Mm-hmm.
or working class families. I love, and especially my young adult stuff, I love charting a kid who's going to be maybe the first in his family to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I love, in picture books, watching a kid with nothing try to figure out how he's going to put his foot in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that to me is my inspiration.
Were you the first in your family to
I
go to
was.
college? So was I.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
You know what?
nice.
I'm glad I'm on this video.
Another question is, why are you committed, and I guess you've kind of spoken to this, but why are you committed to diverse representations? I think one of the things that you did really well in Last Stop on Market Street was incorporating diversity in a way it wasn't forced, it was very natural.
Yeah, so that's my newest ideology when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to writing with diversity in mind. In one of my YA books, it's called Mexican Life.
Mm-hmm.
It's about diversity. It's about race.
Mm-hmm.
It's about being mixed. And I was like, you know what? There aren't that many characters of mixed race, and there aren't that many books that explore what it means to kind of be floating between two races and
Mm-hmm.
kind of being the first in your family to do it because you have a Mexican father and a white mother. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people who write about race have one book that's on the nose about race, and that's mine.
Okay.
And then since then, I've been like, okay, I've kind of explored that,
Mm-hmm.
overtly. Now I'm looking to write books with diverse characters in stories that have nothing to do with diversity,
Mm-hmm.
at least overtly.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if you think about it, race always plays an active role,
Right.
but it doesn't need to be the focus of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what I'm trying to do now, and I think that's the next step for diverse books. And I think, someday, like a young kid in like 5th grade is going to write a black Harry Potter, and it's going to change the world, or a African American Katniss, and I swear that's going to be. We're never going to have the conversation again because every person is going to buy that.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
So what are you currently working on?
I'm working on 2 things. I'm working on a picture book.
Mm-hmm.
I've never said this title out loud, so hopefully it continues to be this title, but it's called Carmela Full of Wishes.
Okay.
And it's another fiction picture book, but it's actually with a Latina character.
Nice.
And I'm writing a YA book called Chasing Theta White. And it's a little bit different, a little more sophisticated than
Mhm.
my other YA. It's a character who is not the valedictorian of a school, but very close. So most of my other YA characters, they're struggling in school,
Mhm.
they're kind of reluctant readers. This kid is excelling, and he's going to be the first in his family to go to college. He's also going to go to NYU,
Mm-hmm.
which I live in New York now, and I always write about California. So
Okay.
this is the first time I'll be writing about New York.
Nice.
And so, so that's that book.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for the interview and for joining me today.
Yeah, and thanks for doing what you're doing.